so you can't hit the neck at all with anything. But I think I don't remember if you were here when Kirk and was explaining it. I mean, you guys will hit unarmored areas like open parts when you're up there. No, you can. Like you're a jerk. Nice.
Well, that was drilled, okay.
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 That's okay.
I'm under both.
Very good. Anyone?
Sorry,
Half the battle. It's good. You know. No, gotcha. Yes, I am great. I love it. Yes. Start throwing stuff at you guys.
Alright, 3 times, you win.
You guys have 3 minutes. No, we're losing. 3 minutes. I'm under 10 seconds. What's happening? There you go.
Ready to go. Fuck, that was hard. Jeez.
Nope. No! You messed up me. Good roll.
Here's the thing about what just happened.
I gave you 1 extra win.
I exerted no energy.
I gave you 1.
No, for you to get
No.
With his dignity.
Yeah.
It's my honor.
just like doing everything you can to get back inside.
Oh, that's nice.
All the way your efforts. Keep your arm, because you have one arm.
I didn't lose yet.
This arm.
Now I release my pride.
Reset the situation.
Yeah.
Reassess the situation. Once you have me like this, once you have me both arms under, you were exhausted there.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So if you hadn't done that, if it was only been a minute, you were too exhausted.
Yeah.
I would probably just squeezed you tight and pulled you around.
No.
No, yeah, the first time you came was my first time.
You got too much energy. Next time you feel yourself just wasting energy, and you can tell it because it's just leaning on you, pull away. Reset. Don't lose ground. You don't have to like pull your entire body away unless it's truthfully fruitless and you just disengage the entire engagement in general.
I found the answer.
But in these 4 days that you were males,
The first day.
you have a chance.
The good thing is when you go back,
Because in this game, energy is
it's cool
everything.
that the first day has been documented. So like, when you go back,
Waste energy.
like a year or whatever, you go, holy crap! Yeah, look how good I was. Now look how good I am. That's what everybody does.
Choking you?
We know your first day wasn't too bad at all.
The one guy I beat over here, I don't remember his name, he's really tall. But
Probably.
he totally went easy on me. I was watching the video, I'm like, he went easy on me, dang it. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Me in the face!
You realize that I've got
I fought so hard to get there.
That's right.
You can't reset. So split it. There you go. That's the other thing that you can do.
That's a nice shot. Go up the ground. Yeah, you're on the ground. Are you aiming? You're cute.
But that means
Yeah.
relax.
And then he like just throws you.
You know? Like especially if you just
20 seconds.
They may just be using you as a breather. And they relax.
Yeah, I don't intend to
Find that
engage
gap.
with people too early.
Like I was clenched up here. Release
Flying kick them when I
There's that release hold
hit
right
them
there.
so hard with that. Because nothing happened. And grapple something else. I want to run around this map. That's all I'm gonna do. Hit and run. I'm gonna get all the tickets.
What's up, Ron?
It's water.
Where's up, Sean?
For real, just sitting and watching you play Sean?
The last few
It's
seconds.
like last 10 seconds. It was thoroughly entertaining, so. Sean,
I think another, I know this is the drill right now, but
You didn't miss much, we ran.
spending too much time on
I will not be rolling like that.
and over
Yeah. If something's not working, after a few seconds, you're supposed to always switch to something else. That's why you saw against Sean, I would try to get something in, that didn't work. I would shift it here, couldn't get it in, push up on his head. Got partially, and then I was kind of committed. If I didn't have it fully, the only way forward now is still to recreate that space.
Yep.
But got him a few times with it. He got me back too, but he was able to use when I would, let's say I had here, as I'm finally working my way through here, he would shoot as I get it to take advantage of that momentary opening and retake the same spot. So that's something else to keep in mind, guys. He did that well, is if you're losing a spot and someone's about to take it, instead of continuing to fight for this opposite side, he gave that and created that space and retook the same opening with the fact that my hand wasn't in the spot to lock him out yet. That's something you can absolutely do, especially when you have a little bit of size on someone, because if I try doing that to him right back, right, if he's almost got the spot from me, or sorry, if he's almost got the spot from me, and I try to do this, like if he's trying to lock it, sorry, switch back, let's yeah, you take it from me by force, then if he tries to lock in, it's like, oh, no, it's working fine for me too. So,
Resist, Sean.
the moment, he did a little bit, but because I was in that spot, he has to, because to get this motion, you have to create this gap. You're trying to maintain real close tightness here so that they can't take advantage. Like if you make a gap like this, as I take this, he takes the other side. So you're trying to keep the gap where you already, keep it tight. If I already have this side, I'm trying to keep this tight while making the gap here. But I have to make the gap here to get this in, which gives him an opening almost no matter what I do. Like, you can just squeeze right back in because I've shifted my body like this. That's a really good defense for not giving them both. So we'll probably cycle one more time at least to give Sean a little more time warming up with that. So re-partner up again. We're going to run another 5-minute run. And then we're going to see part of what I'm leading everybody into.
The trap. I'm just kidding.
It's always a trap.
No, it's going to be a trap.
Put some trap music on. It's like, oh, is that what you did?
Who wants it?
3 minutes.
What's up?
Who wants me?
No.
I'm gonna go.
Hi,
Confirmed
Nick.
no.
Oh no, you got Sean, don't you? Take Sean this time.
Yeah, because now it's even.
Sean needs
now it's
some
even again.
practice, yeah.
Alright.
That's fine. I'll sit around.
I don't want to break this.
Well, don't re-break your glasses. I don't know any
Don't
spells
break
from Harry
them
Potter,
again.
so I
I'm not
can't do it.
breaking anybody.
No, not you. We're not in class.
Oh, okay.
I learned this today.
Yeah, right?
Gotta break, got the wedge. Now you're gonna keep it.
Oh no!
No.
And then the dancing begins.
Dancing.
Reset. Don't just dance. Reset. You're going the whole 5 minutes this time, though. You're going the whole 5 minutes this time. No stopping before. You stop when the bell goes off. You gotta keep yourself square and balanced.
Remember, use your elbows.
Because if they turn your attack into a throw, you're still
Yeah. Okay. Just gently bring it across his face, and then go down.
Just like
that, and then bring it.
push his head.
You're not gonna overpower me with that.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh.
And look at the elbows.
Now shoot down. Shoot down.
I'm trying to shoot.
I know he's got you
So
locked
literally
out.
just put it
He's got you
on
locked
the
out.
and
Go back to the.
Oh no, he's on the outside over here. I see. Never mind.
Oh, we're going back? We already.
You are ready. Yeah,
Alright.
Remember, every
Good try,
shot
though.
inside.
If you let him lift your shoulder up high, it's too hard to do it.
Okay.
Turn your shoulder down, and then you're lifting yours up, so he's gonna have a hard time.
Because let's say he puts his arm down, right, and holds it tight. You want to be able to get through.
I should put on some like
And then, shift the body weight. Yes.
Like that?
Yeah.
Throw my shoulder.
Instead of just trying to
I'm not a so you don't have to worry about.
yes.
Good retake, good
You just want to do
retake.
the motion a couple of times just so that you feel more comfortable doing it. And what helps is doing more of a flex. You were doing more with this.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Right to the.
No. He's got you double.
Is that's doubled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a perfect ending for that to happen.
Yeah, you just.
You just want to do it.
Now give her a little resistance.
I was letting her do it a couple times. She's really more comfortable.
That's what I say, now give her because she got
Resist.
Now push his face. If you focus on that, depends on
Yes,
the.
that's right. Once you get there, like shove it over.
When you do neck crack, you're doing it good. Just get the.
No, now get your arm in. You gotta take, I'm not gonna poke the elbow through, you gotta get your arm in.
No, it's hard for you to start and then.
There you go, there you go.
And then you just drink.
Push ball.
But it's gonna be a lot harder than this.
I'm an unwanted person. Get me out of your face.
But yeah.
Wow. Man, he's right in the foot.
This is the rest.
Depends on what country you're in.
You can set this faster. You don't have enough, you don't have a lot of work.
Yes,
That's the most beautiful.
Yes.
You want to people don't get used to it.
Cool.
Face that space.
And then you just, once that's up there, just pull it back real quick. You go.
Try to switch the.
Yes.
Get that shoulder, get the- yeah.
Ah, you got me.
No, it's tough.
Don't let him rest.
Don't let him run. Punch him in the gut and then keep going. And then it'll give you a chance. You guys have.
40 seconds, guys, come on.
40 seconds.
Just same
40
way.
seconds remaining.
See, there you go.
Bring up.
Uh-huh.
It's not too bad. But it's just still enough to where I feel it. Like people, it's probably like freaking a day. Oh my god, that was crazy because I was thinking that if I got like 2v1 would be epic.
Now,
Gotta remember to slow
into what we're really trying to work on. Mason, come on over.
Come on down.
So, what we're basically going to be doing now, thanks for being a guinea pig, is we're practicing 2v1 and communication in the takedowns. So, like, it's one thing to know 2v1 is going to be an advantage to take somebody out. But let's say he's an experienced fighter, and we have never worked together before. The advantage is to him. One of my favorite things is when two people come running at me, and they're not talking to each other. Because if they're both attacking me, right, like, I am switching their spots around. Yeah, they're both attacking, right? It's like, oh, look, they're each other's way.
Like that sunburn.
Oh, right? So, like, and sometimes, like, I've had someone trying to sweep me, right? Trying to take my leg, and I'm just, like, leaning on the other guy. It's like, oh, he's got me out here, but I'm pulling his friend, and they're holding me up, right? I've literally done this. And then somebody else came running over to hit me, and I grabbed them and twisted them to the ground, right, while holding on to their friend's shoulders.
That's awesome.
So, communication when you're in the 2v1 is important. So if Raph and I are fighting Mason here, right, I want to be like, here, I have his arm. Now, go. He's free. Okay, you got his head now. Let's try and pull him forward or whatever. Like, you need to talk.
Alright, I'm gonna take his leg.
So I just let him pull for you. No. So he needs to he is slippery, right? So he's like, I have his back, right? So sit him down, sit him down. Right? Like, talk to each other. Good resistance, because that means we don't have a lot of practice. The whole team doesn't have a lot of practice. We're gonna look like that. That should only take a couple seconds.
Yeah.
That took us too long.
Too long.
Right? We all need to work on the communication. So we're going to take turns being the 1. We're going to take turns being the 2. The goal here is communication into the takedown. As you saw, once he got his back, right, if I have his back here and it's just me, There's a lot of things he can do to stay on his feet.
I barely
If I'm
did
trying to take him back, right? If he walks backwards with me, I can't pull him down. But if there's somebody else to then pull a leg out or to push him to the ground, there's not a lot he can do, right? Because if I'm squatting like this and somebody else gets on his head and goes down, he's sitting. There's no physics that let his body just resist that. Unless you don't have a grip on him in the first place. Like maybe with Sean, if I'm here and I haven't actually changed his seating any, and then Raph comes, push his head or something, right? Like get his head down.
Backwards?
Well, what happens, sorry, you do the same thing you had his back before, right? Okay. So all I did was this. I pulled down, but Raph hasn't unseated him yet.
Yeah, he's still got his
So I would have to come up and like push on his hips, try to get him to move, try to pull out a leg, right? You still got me locked. It's not a good place. We have to communicate. Right, push right now. I was like, push! He's holding me. Right? So like, there is going to be points where the same strategy doesn't work. That works really good on Mason because we both have the ability to move Mason around solo. We're going to take a different approach against Sean. That'll have to be
beat
a
everybody else
entirely.
and have 3v1, we win.
But you're going to fight giants, and you're going to have giants on your side. You're going to get a chance to have Sean both as an ally and an enemy.
Yay! I'm so looking forward to an ally rather than keep getting my ass kicked.
So, yeah, so right now we're going to need to get in groups of 3 at least. So for now, we'll start with these 3 and these 3.
Read them up now!
And then you 3. And sort out who's going to be the one in the middle, who's going to be the sides communicating, talk to each other.
I'll take them out.
Work this out.
I know, I don't like my
Alright, so let's start. Is there a position we need to start from?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ready? And begin.
You guys aren't. You want to get his legs? You gotta grab his legs.
Wait.
Go for one leg and a shoulder.
Yeah, go for one. Go for one leg.
Just go for one leg.
Stop him from turning.
We failed this!
They turn around and he's like,
Okay, I got his arm. Alright.
it's a funny.
Do like high school again. Grab high school again.
I'm sorry.
You're going to
yeah,
try,
you did kick
you
his
got
leg
to get him down. So either
You gotta displace
trap
the
a
center.
leg and spread them. He can only split for so long. If you each get a leg and go a different direction.
Listen like the word spread.
You cannot go to your knees in this sport.
Look,
Oh,
there
there
he
you
goes,
go.
there he goes. See?
Nice.
What you
Yeah.
did was you took his center away
Alright,
and
guys.
then moved him off balance while keeping his leg trapped. So if I can get here and pull him out, and somebody else is over here pulling like the other way, and then we just
Back, there you go.
lean him, like if you both get behind his leg, so go ahead. And now you keep working it out and farther down until they can't hold themselves up anymore.
Alright, Jimmy, try to
That's one good way to do it.
Try to get around now.
Try to hold him.
If you can
There you
get
go.
one shot,
You got you both again.
you'll do
Slide
well.
underneath, there we go. There we go.
Come on, guys.
Try to.
We were just in a clinch.
They did good. They did much better this time.
I'm gonna go to the front. I'm gonna control.
That was good.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh.
Now, don't have to rush.
Yes, yes.
There you go. His
Leg.
Pull his leg. Pull his leg.
Oh, she touched the ground? Oh, if at any point one teammate touches the ground, if anybody touches the ground, just reset.
Reset, okay.
Because it's a 2v1 drill on purpose. It's not to see if you can beat them anyway.
Okay. Now I go for the back. I go to the back.
Try to go around Jimmy's side.
control
That
him.
way you don't have to
Take
deal
the
with
leg. Take the leg. Yes.
Or
Oh, now Jimmy's in the center, alright. Now you gotta get flip side, your hand off him. He got you both. Oh, he's got
Oh,
you.
you're taking it up. There you go, there you go.
Good try, yeah, he's like,
Oh, you gave him back too. Yeah,
Grab it from the back.
no, y'all need to be talking to each other.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Well, 3 you know? Okay, let's go.
No.
he's taking a break.
Your turn.
Communicate is the key. It's not brute forcing someone. Just because any one of you could possibly beat somebody because she's new, doesn't mean that's the goal. The goal is communicate and find a way to do it as a team.
Down.
So now we're gonna fight like a couple.
Yes.
Yes. Communicate. Trust each other. Yeah, go back.
Let's go.
You can resist too. If you can find a way to trick one of them, do it.
Oh. Alright, get leg.
Look at
I
that.
took a knee.
So that for you would be a win, even though you went down, because one of them did too. And 2v1, they should never have.
Leg.
I feel like this is some skill I don't want to learn, like use on kidnapping. I'm so dark, you know, so a different view in my head.
Reset, try again.
Alright.
If I can time it when he's mid-step, then maybe still.
I got one.
I can pick it up. If it's not mid-step, you
Get
can.
grabbed from the back. I got the leg.
Leg.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah.
He drove down his face to the ground. That was
I
great.
tried like I did. I'm trying to time the mid-step.
Dang it.
Sorry. No, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to bring one to the ground.
Arms.
Yeah, no, that is what you're supposed to do as the one.
Yes.
Drag us down with you, yeah.
Back to leg, Jimmy. Careful. Yep, one down is one down.
It's really not that easy to take a woman.
Communicate
Forcefully.
with that. Who's gonna work with me? Who's working with me? Okay. You still want to be middle or you want to switch?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I need a condition.
Come on, go again.
They haven't beat Jenna yet.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
me?
taking one of them down with her every time.
That's you. Kneel. On your knees.
There we go. Okay.
You take from the back. Take from the back.
No! Push me.
There you go. All right, Jason.
I put my weight on his head.
Three.
Put weight on his head.
You
There you go. Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
It works. It's a suggestion.
I know that.
One
I
for you.
have to say
You got lucky.
I was stopping and then
Be careful. Look out.
I didn't know
Watch
you
out.
were stopping this.
It is. Second.
Okay.
Wow. Say I'm free.
Take a second. We're gonna do these drills again. We're gonna mix up partners a little. We're gonna give Sean a chance to be one of the two.
Sean is like, oh, you got him?
He's like, just put your hand on him.
Did they ever get you clean?
We didn't take her down.
First time she went, she basically fell on
My knee.
and brought him down with her. The second time, it had her leading lady. She saw a leg. She just grabbed the foot and pulled it, and dog's face into the mat.
Nice. That's it. See?
No, that's good job. Look at you grappling.
You can ask to take a name.
Because in a 2v1, going down is probably going to happen. If one of them goes with you, you won. Now, ideally, you'll put them both down and stay up, but either way, a trade in a 2v1 situation is a win for the person who only has one.
Ideally, you can just take it down an entire 5-man team by yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm working on it.
Sweet.
I mean, there's small people run around just like blindside people. It's like, yeah, I got 4 out of the 5, 3 out of the 5,
It
whatever.
happens sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like the flankers and stuff.
Yep. But we got to communicate on that stuff, and we're going to have people who can do that.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to teach you here is that you can talk about what you're trying to do, and it doesn't mean the person you're fighting can stop you. Right? There's 2 of you. Just communicate. That is the team that I fight on right now. Palmetto Knights, they barely speak to each other. It is like pulling teeth to get them to communicate. Half of them are like, I can't hear anything in my helm. Well, then fix it. Right? Like, you can make it where you can hear in your helm.
You're a
Fix
man.
the change.
I hear all
You're a
you
man,
guys
you
hear
don't
them,
talk.
for sure. Like when
Yeah.
you were coaching me and
You
stuff
run.
like that, I was like, okay, I'm trying to make an adjustment.
No, you can do the things. You can hear.
May I?
They just get into fight mode and they don't listen.
There's tunnel vision.
We are not going to do that. We're going to train you to communicate. Go ahead.
There was a drill that we've done a couple of months ago, where we were doing a trip drill from behind.
Yep.
We're using nonverbal communications in order to be able to say, this one's gonna lean and get him. Something as simple as that. Very effective. Quick, clean. If it doesn't work, reset, do it again.
Yeah. Like, ideally, you only want to be trying any one thing on the field for a few seconds at a time. Because chances are, if you hold still for 3 seconds, somebody has targeted you. Right? That's just a general rule. Like, if you're if these two are fighting, right? They're sitting there tied up, and I'm coming up with an axe. I come in and swing, boom, right?
We both got it.
I need to now look around. I took one swing, maybe two, and I am looking. Look, here he comes. So now as he comes in, I'm already ready to start twisting or to start moving. I'm probably not going to go down from something like that, but neither am I. Right? And maybe if I see, like, I throw the hit and I kind of see him coming, but I don't give away, I start to throw again, and then I try to put my back and possibly put the other person on the ground. That wouldn't have got him, but we're not. He wasn't really ready.
What's up, sir? What's up?
Right? So.
Pull the foul. All actors here.
Well, because
Very
if
great
someone's
actors.
charging you and you just rotate this much, if you trap a leg, they're going to throw themselves to the ground.
Kirk has gotten me a couple of times with that.
I don't even have to put the arm in there. That's just extra. That's just insurance, right? Like, I'm going to make sure that they're committed to staying close enough for my leg to sweep them. But like, it is just a 45 and a boom. Then you're back on your feet and hopefully they're rolling in the dirt. And then you go back and swing your axe at that guy. Right? Or your sword or anything that you've got, because that is part of it. Field awareness is huge. So the same thing applies when it's two of you trying to take someone down. Take you two over here. Right?
What?
So if they're fighting me, right, and they try something that hasn't worked yet, they need to either try something else or go somewhere else.
Or communicate with the
You have to let go once you hit the ground. You gotta let go once you hit the ground. Now, as you're falling, if you want to rotate, commit to that. So, right, like, let's say you're getting a throw on me, okay, and I start to fall. Right? If I put the extra spin into it,
I see.
there's a chance it goes down. But the moment I touch the ground, I let go. I didn't get enough spin to stay on his feet.
I know you're talking about that.
No, it's fine. You don't have to act. It doesn't have to work every time. It's just a thing. So, like, if I start to fall, oh, okay. He touched his arms at the ground in the process of bringing me down because I committed my weight onto him. Like, I realized, oh, I can't save this. Twist, rotate, whatever. If they're holding you good and you get that rotation to carry into them, they're going to have a harder time with all that 15 pounds of helmet on their head of not continuing that motion once you're on the ground. And if they don't get their leg cut clear enough, they're tumbling right over you. So, that's another factor. But if they aren't, if they're fighting me and it's not working, they need to switch something else. But more important than that, right, they need to watch their back. Because my teammate just wiped you out. If he was running his feet, you didn't even close to look up at all. 3 seconds, somebody has you targeted.
1.5.
Right? Like, because chances are nobody just sits there and, or they shouldn't, anybody of quality, isn't just going to sit here and fight you for 5 minutes. Right? That's not what's happening across the whole field. So even if you're sitting there fighting someone for 2 or 3 minutes, right? Sure, but others, I'm like fighting him, oh, that didn't work, I'm going somewhere else. Fight her for a second, okay, that didn't work, I'm going to go fight somebody else. And eventually, it works.
I'm doing 4.49. So good 3 seconds. You're my
I'm gonna run up to people like, can I ask you a question? You better cut it out. Oh my god.
Catchphrases and shit.
What did you just say? And then
One-liner.
my teammate takes it out like,
Yeah.
yes.
So, like,
Hot rock.
The power of the word.
so what's going on is, right, and I have a 5% chance, maybe a 10% chance of taking this guy down on a straight up charge, right? If I'm free running. Most of us are small, and he's quick. We're all going to be runners. All of us. Right? So if I have like a 10% chance of taking him down, but oh, he saw me coming, it didn't work. I got a 10% chance on him. Oh, he had a rail behind him. 10% chance on him, he didn't even see me coming. Right? Eventually, that 10% equals a kill.
You get enough 10%, you will strike. You will win.
Yes. So if you stay mobile, or even if you have to, like, go in close and it's like, oh, I'm going to try to, oh, that didn't work. Okay, cool. Move on. Right? Tried your move. He successfully defended. Don't just stay there.
Don't just stand there busting
We
through.
can't afford that at our size. Right? We have one person here today who can maybe afford to take that chance because he's hard to move.
And I won't take it.
And he shouldn't,
I won't take
but he can afford to risk it sometimes, right? But like, if he's not doing it, that's gonna devastate the other team. Because they're hoping to send one guy to just keep him busy while we kill everybody else. That's their strategy. They're gonna see.
We did it when we did the 5v5
Yeah.
thingy.
We're gonna see this height. Whoop. Okay, get that guy, right? They're gonna send one guy who's maybe not the best killer, but he's really hard to take down, right, Dom? It's hard to throw him.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say, go fight Sean for a minute, and hopefully we can kill the rest of his team.
But most of the time, the egos of the big guy is, I can take him.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch his head. And
Waste
so
everything.
it takes two to grapple, right? Even Sean, if I want to get free and he's trying to hold me, right? Like I'm eventually gonna get free if I don't want to grapple with him. It takes two. So get free. Go hit something else. But for now, 2v1. Because when you go to find something else, chances are your teammates will be fighting it. So get in there, communicate quickly, and put them on the ground. Partner up again.
What are some more target
Is it
points?
3s or
Huh?
2s?
So communicate what to focus on.
Okay, so
There's some target points.
there's a couple things you can do. One, let's say I got the underhook, right? So I'm going to say move to my right. Right? So he's gonna pull, right? Towards you.
Sit him down.
Please sit down.
Sit him down.
Right? That was it. I just had to say go to him. Or
Like, sit down.
if I say to my right, I'm gonna push on my right side, right? So if I'm gonna do this and crank him that way, oh boy, Sean's gonna continue that, or maybe trap a leg. And then okay back, right? And just send him the other way. It didn't work the first time. So we throw him. But we have two people's worth of leverage. If he's coming up behind me, let's say, so you get there, hold his head. Like you're trying to pull him down, right? So I come up, let him go. Woo!
What was that?
All I did was grab his head and pull it back, because he is getting pulled down, pulled down, pulled down. What do you want to do when someone's pulling you to the ground?
Shoot
You gotta pull back.
You want to
so it's
stand
like-
up.
Wow.
So if he's putting a lot of pressure on there, and he lunges back up, and right behind just whoop,
Spring.
and you bring him right down to the ground. Those are
It'll be
things
two
you can do.
seasons, spring and fall.
You want to do something else? Then we got someone wrestling, and just like showed earlier, comes in.
Keep going.
I gave him a tap there,
We
he
can
did a
take
pull
some.
on this shoulder. So if he's pulling on that shoulder, right, what he's doing is if he signaled to me this shoulder, I'm coming but I'm lifting on this leg. And he's going to push him back. And we're going to try and
So he
rotate him
pushes
around
my
this way.
left side. Right.
Cracking this one, pushing this one for him to have an easier
Yep,
time.
because he's going to be sitting here ready to push. He gave me that tap, I come over to pull,
Yeah.
and he's going to go. We're not throwing the mirror, sorry, that was
Yeah. It's like.
This one's
Just roping down.
No mirrors.
You can grab and you can pull. And the same thing happens if you're both fighting,
1 grain.
right? Like
Help them all.
our goal, like when they were fighting Sean,
Already gonna be a little gone.
why was I the only one who shot to Sean's back while he was struggling with someone up at the front? You need to split this, because if he's big enough and strong enough to keep us both centered in front of him, to pick us both up and walk around with us, right? He can do that.
Oh my god,
Don't
if he
both-
does that in the list,
He can.
I
I can
know.
do another 150
But what I'm
pounds.
saying is like,
Yes.
My
I'm gonna do
friends.
it. I'm gonna
Hello, my friends.
Right, hit him with that.
Don't
Like,
give
throw
him
before.
the opportunity to keep you on the same side.
Cause he's on
But
our
at the
Pull up
same
strap.
side, if you are the one, right, if these two are fighting each, my goal is to keep them where they're in each other's way. Right, so that they,
Yeah, wait on it.
like, oh boy, look at that,
See how Kurt's weaving in and out every single time?
right, I'm just keeping them in front of each other. And now
That's doable,
only one
alright.
of them can fight me at a time. So that's a fair fight for me. Maybe I'm gonna get one of them. That's what I did when they were over there fighting me. I got clear, got one. His friend came up, kind of pushed him, and I just left the leg out and threw him to the ground. Now it's one person I'm fighting again. That's the technique we're in. So, if you're the two, communicate, try to get opposite, and use the natural physics of someone's body, right? trap legs. And when I say trap legs, I mean like, so I've got this leg here. If someone starts pulling him that way, Jimmy, just pull that way. Right?
So Jimmy, when you go
Get
in
into
like,
the
Kirk,
dirt.
find that, you just fucking grab his leg, and there you go.
Right, so like you can, or even, so this time I'm gonna come in, try to trap his leg, and Sean trap the other leg. It's
Oh, no.
That's where, R.I.P.
Right, like that's how
Stressful.
these things work.
Hello, my friend.
Does that answer the question of other things to try?
Yeah.
So partner up.
Come on, Jimmy, in.
I'm gonna I am gonna say that one day. I'm like, Kirk, find attack. When we're out there, he's gonna be like, what the hell?
I was literally scared by
Don't even need that.
I felt like it. I like the idea. Go down. Let me on.
Well, you guys go first. I'll begin with some start.
Give me the lunch money.
So, versus you.
I think
There you go, Jimmy. Thanks, Jimmy.
Alright. I go to the Yes, yes.
Welcome.
He gently cradles your head.
Second one, help you.
Back it up.
Hey, you're tired, right? You have to
I'm back in.
You gotta get around, Jeff. Mason, you gotta help her get around. There you go. But you gave him your head. That was risky for you. Get it, get around.
You got around and shake his head down. Oh! That's that wrestling instinct, right?
Yeah. So, to be fair, that will happen when you do that because you got that 13 to 15 pounds,
Because
maybe
you do
20
that
on your
same
head.
thing, bro.
Right, so you come down, and he sees you charging in, all he's gotta do, go ahead and turn it in.
You can just pull me down.
Yeah, just turn.
And if he moves that,
You're in the
you do
dirt.
the same thing to him on your
Almost
side.
guaranteed,
He's got
unless
a
you're
harder time,
really
yeah.
strong.
Hey, if he moves one,
Because that's a lot of extra weight. This,
How much
you
is heavy?
how much do you weigh? 165. So that is still almost 20% of your body weight on your head.
Hold on.
Does your head weigh 20% of your body weight?
Oh my word.
No, it doesn't. It changes your higher center of gravity. So what is normally here, still closer to here. So if we can get control of this, you want to keep going.
I like Woody Shaw.
This is where we have to throw you off now. You're changing
That was
the
the
center
only
of
one
gravity.
in the last one.
Because the rest of the armor weighs about appropriates what your body should weigh.
No,
The
we
helmet
like,
is excessive.
I like the lovers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you changing up right?
Yeah, we'll put you down there.
Oh, no, wait, you did not get it. Never mind. Same person. Hey, you did not. Okay. Hold on. Hey, okay. Hold on. Come back. I take your head. Hold the head. Hey, talk to each other.
Get her back, get her back.
Are you down yet? Let's go.
There's nothing I can do at that point.
Yeah, you gotta get it there.
Yeah, I don't know what to do at that point.
That's what I earlier I was like, I'm not.
I tried to tell you don't take his head, he hasn't lost his center of balance.
I was like,
No! You had his
I
leg.
feel like I have a better.
He's doing a great job of keeping you apart. I know. Good job.
They help a lot.
There you grab it. You gotta hold on to him, man.
Exhausting. They help a lot.
Okay, that was a problem.
There you go.
Kick it out. Jason, the same move you were
My
taught.
neck. My neck.
Oh, there it is.
My arm just-
Oh, well, you got one of them.
Good job.
Nice.
So do it again.
What?
You ready?
Hey.
Hold balance.
Another!
Take his leg. Good.
You're like,
Had a miserable failure of taking Sean down, and then I just had like 3 rounds.
I did it.
It's like crazy.
This can't be
It was pretty awesome.
what?
Yeah, give him a little.
Alright.
He's agile. How do we deal with agile?
That's right. Hey, Dong, if you can get 2 people to go into you for this long, that's a victory in itself.
Let him go. Trap him.
So what's the strategy about
Bring
wearing
him
him
in
out
trap.
for 5 minutes? Instead of doing the quick ones.
Yeah, you just run around in circles.
Take
You
one.
kept him chasing you. Ideally, you're
There
free
you
to
go. Good
still
job.
like somebody else real quick.
You spin around like
Or
that. You try to push
get
him in. You said
or
forward.
you're just keeping them off of somebody
Pivot
else.
him.
Or you guys would go, oh, we can't catch this guy, go find somebody else. Right.
You're
But
smarter
for the
than
sake of
I
this drill, communicate, get a hold of him. You've got, okay, so when you get a hold, right? You're sitting here fighting with him.
Oh, yeah.
He is just keeping his back, right? So what I'm gonna say is,
Just me running from Sean.
say whether you're coming from my right or my left.
Left.
Where is the
There we go.
You see that? So what I did was when she said left, I pulled on his left, pushed on his right, or pulled my left, pushed on his right, and turned him.
Yes.
so that she is coming up on his back now. So now she can grab him here, trap a leg, and just try to walk him down. And I will push him right over. That's how that works. Talk to each other. Because he can't see you and know where you're trying to go. He can see you. So he's actively resisting and moving him where he wants to. But if he knows how to resist, even if he's not shoving at him, he can probably keep him neutral and you can just go all the way around. Or, if he's not expecting it and he's a little stronger, or he does it better, he can twist him right into you and you meet him 0. But if you don't talk, he wins. Go again.
You're like, punch him in the nuts. And he's like, what? And you take him down. That's communication.
Careful, because the other team might think you're going to try it out and start doing it to your guy.
Huzzah!
That's really cool. Oh my god!
Hold on, hot shuffle step somebody. Yep.
All right.
They're gonna dance? Make them dance. Make them dance.
So, why are you guys thinking? You might have said this for a minute, right?
Like slammed him all over the place. And
Yeah.
did like 3 rounds of throwing him
I'm
around.
trying to put my intestine back to the room.
Where's your communication,
Put
team?
it up in the tube right
He's been on his back a lot.
I'm up in the air.
now, what do you do when they're up in the air?
Lift his legs. Just grab with his hands.
His legs. Oh, my stomach.
Hit his legs.
Ah.
Good, good.
Drop some.
You could do that, or just a simple, right? So, like, if I get behind him,
Don't you already have one that built?
and your whole set of body goes off. So, like, if I lift and start twisting for him,
This is freaking far away.
possibly gonna have a hard time, right? Sometimes it's just up and just run backwards and set it back down. When they lose gravity, they lose that feeling of like, oh, where's the gravity? They're just up and then just boom, and run straight backwards, right? Like, so if I just come,
Okay, now I take my
I'm sitting down here, ladies.
Well, we were closer than probably any of my other times.
So next time you pick him up, just sit him down. And when you see him go up, he starts going back, you jump forward, grab his head.
Give me the leg, but I'm gonna grab from the lower parts.
Whose turn is it?
Pull him. Yes.
Okay.
No,
Now try his foot, he's got one foot up. Yes!
Rise
Get her on like
I drop her. Take him off. Take him off. Get him off. Now.
Let's see.
Oh, they got him.
They got him. They each had a leg, but as he went down, they grabbed your head and kind of tugged, and they both went down with it.
It was horrible. It was not worth it.
That's
Don't be in that position ever.
For a moment, they had it. And they lost their balance and fell
I was dying of laughter so much because dog was just making so many different comments.
Glory was in our
Good strategy.
strategy.
Oh my god.
That was good though. That worked, right? You needed better balance. Keep yourself more centered. When you come down like that, right? So, if you're getting someone's leg and they start to fall, right?
Oh.
And they're gonna have weight on your head, right? So as he falls, what I'm gonna do, go ahead, fall, Jimmy, is I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna plant my weight into his chest. Because that is you're allowed to touch them on a throw. You're not allowed to touch the ground. But this catches all that forward momentum and lets me stand back up.
You spring right back up.
That would have saved both of you.
I think
You can also catch yourself.
I think it's a good idea. Like just now when taking Sean, I think it's a good idea that because if we're both taking because I see like most times when we're two fighting Sean, we were like trying to take him from the upper body.
You're never gonna get that.
Yes, it's hard to get that. It's hard to
I
get
keep
that.
telling you that.
Yes, but
I'm trying to tell you
when
that
Ginny,
my his head.
no, that's my bad. But just now when Ginny was holding Sean's upper body,
Because the problem is when I dealt with
Sean
Sean,
lifted him.
his well, it wasn't that he is always able to grab 2 people because he's very good with his arms.
Yeah.
So my strategy usually always is to try and get both arms and wrap around this one leg so that my other teammate can focus on one side without having to worry about his
But
arms.
they always
Jimmy's
fight
taking
like
3
that.
limbs.
Yeah, I'm trying to take the 3 approach.
But then,
my point.
once you got that lifted,
I
That's
got
what don't have me laughing. I couldn't
yeah.
work with this.
So, if Sean had been focusing, he's going to get his foot back down and going back to fight you both regular again. Maybe even even stomp down
Still
enough to
good.
throw
It was still
going.
good.
No, it was good.
It was still good.
Well, what should happen is when he lifted, because he'll always get it for a couple seconds. It's gonna take Sean a second to go, oh, he's lifting my leg. Your job then,
It's too pull.
well, so as Sean is lifted, you're taking that other leg.
Oh.
Yeah, he's fine.
But just now, I
Right.
think just now what Jimmy did was right. I think just now what Jimmy did was right. If I pull Sean, if I try to pull his leg this way, like most likely Sean is gonna step down, right?
Yeah.
But just now I tell Jimmy to pull. So Jimmy, come here. Just now Jimmy was grabbing his Sean's upper body. I tell Jimmy to pull to your
Now you
side,
trap
right?
this way.
So so
Take away his center
this
from
way,
his leg.
yeah. So this way is harder.
Oh,
Like Sean is
that's
is
when-
not able to
It's
put his foot down.
Yes, but at that same time,
That's,
you guys
but that's when
didn't
Sean
have.
was able to throw me off, is when I
Yes.
tried to go for a
But
takedown,
what I'm
because I
saying
lost
is,
that grip
if
on
he
his
had
leg.
quickly, because anytime, we can both be fighting Sean right here. If one squats down and lifts a leg, go ahead, Jimmy.
Okay.
Right, like, he gets it up, I trap it and move the other leg. Like, you want to go full force, because like, he's gonna sit. If you're like this, you're hopping, your balance is off, because it's, your center of gravity's been lifted. If you continue to push that, you can't regain that center. So even if we don't get him immediately, we've taken his ability to put that leg back down, and we're going to get it. We just have to keep that, just get that throw.
And when you lift a leg, don't just lift, drive.
Yes, which is why me stopping the other leg from coming backwards
Well,
Yeah.
helps to put him down.
But also so that he can't just,
But
you
that'll
lift the
work-
leg and hold it there, and he can just slam it right
That'll
back
work
down.
with
If you
everybody.
drive, his foot's out there, so he's trying
If
to
you two are fighting
stop
me,
that way.
and one of you takes my leg, go backwards with me. You gotta trap that leg. You don't just lift. Alright.
Yeah, so we have 10.
Grab.
We have 10.
Oh.
Right.
Yes. So I drive. Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Good job.
Nothing I can do about that.
I knew my presence would make you.
Literally nothing.
always
Yeah.
does.
Because that's what, and the same thing though, works if I do this with just my legs. So,
Kiss her or no?
we're hitting, I'm gonna tell you to drive,
Okay.
right? So, drive. You didn't have to pick them up,
Oh.
right?
Well,
You're just
I was
pushing.
gonna drive it.
I'm trapping this leg so he
Oh,
can't,
so I'm just pushing. Okay.
and we push it
Gotcha,
over.
gotcha.
So, if you can get, because sometimes people lift here and occasionally this is considered behind the knee, because you've got a metal gauntlet
Okay.
Ooh.
and you're driving into flesh. So don't grab behind the knee, please.
Lego.
It's gray areas.
Mm,
They don't always call it, sometimes they do.
Pinch, pinch, pinch.
Yeah, just don't, because it looks like an attack to the back of the knee.
It does, yeah.
Don't
Okay.
do that. But
And the heat of the
if you can get this up, or if you can get here in the thigh,
Okay.
sure. Or you can just reap this while the other person pushes on the opposite side, and he's gonna go to the ground. So, swap the partners again,
Okay, cool.
and we're gonna run this.
Do Sean twice now.
Hello, my friends.
Tom, come on over.
Up.
Coach, you need to work with Sean.
Hold on, let me swap shirts.
Sean's gonna work with that.
There's 3 of us? Okay.
I'll be right there.
Sean's gonna work with that.
Okay, good.
There's big
Yeah.
difference in
Oh, I
fighting
can
people
do
who like
that.
Sean, right?
We're back.
Or
We all back.
You going against Sean?
Yeah.
Go then.
Alright, go for you.
Get curve. Oh, get curve.
Dong is probably, other than
Kurt,
Sean, the
there.
hardest people to actually take down.
Try and turn it.
No, alright.
Like
my waist.
Yeah,
That's my condition.
no, yeah, definitely not because of your sweet Asian ninja foot.
You're almost. Like when you see it, you shoot it in the ground.
You move
Like
like
a child. I got it, just like, ow!
What?
So he moves as a child. Alright, so let's go.
There you go.
There's 2 of you on. Grab his leg.
Come here.
Grab his leg. Push, try. Push him.
It's so hard.
Goodness.
Yeah. Let's do it again. Don't focus on my groin.
I'm not.
I know it's impressive, but
We'll make the blooper reel.
fight like a gentleman.
We're gonna have so much fun with this.
Did you hear him, Mom?
Yeah. You're about to have fun.
I'm so confused. I got it. Why do I always wind up confused when I fight?
God will have you fight
For
your
a
own
moment.
fights.
Guess I'll have to fight yourself. Yeah. Now, just open up your stance and get
Who's
to
the center?
Walk him down. Walk him down. Walk him down.
Not the leg.
It's not gonna be much of a fight.
That's all right.
There you go. Just legs. Keep it pulling.
Yeah, when we're bullying, we're not expecting a fight.
Rip him in half. There you go.
Just a punch.
Good job. There it is.
Right?
Like, Kirk's gonna be like, ah, there you go, rip your hand. Like wolves tearing that up.
One, wow.
Alright. Now when y'all get to the middle. Another timeout for it.
Oh, really?
Take it from the
Well,
side.
middle.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh, so good.
Jimmy.
Your center. Be strong. I try to get from the back.
All right. All right.
Attack from the rear. Try not to get shot in your body.
Good. Step back. Yeah. Step back.
Right.
Again.
Put my knee down.
I win.
Stay mobile, don't get trapped.
It's not resting. I gotta remind myself.
I know. And you can see it's clearly technique.
Oh, yeah, but-
Technique!
You
Ah!
have to escape.
I see the leverage.
Yeah,
Take
exactly.
around.
You're doing the right
You're running
thing,
right
but not the
between
right
them.
thing.
Yeah, we will
on
know
the
this.
score.
Yeah, maybe figure out which way you think when you look fingers, you go outside of that. You might be able to get them and push them into it. Yep.
Three, four.
Alright, go again.
Come on, my friend, let's go. We got you.
The other day I was just trying to watch one
There it is.
sumo fight, but I end up watching like 2 hours.
Sumo's
Alright,
fun to
switch
watch.
the middle.
Huh?
Sumo's fun to watch.
Yeah.
There you go, Dave.
Yeah, but
Sumo is great for our sport.
Okay.
Learn it.
Nice.
there was one.
No,
Pull
one more.
this side.
One more round.
Yeah, they
One more
got a
round.
strict diet.
You're attacking me. You can take the lead your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go first? You go first? Yeah. Right, hold him. Right, hold him. Steady, steady. Just don't get thrown down. Go, go, go. Let me. You're just standing there. Yeah. Go. Oh, good, good. So now I'm holding him steady. Now let's move together. This way.
Push, push.
I love his feet.
Good.
Very good technique, very, very good.
Careful though, when you say words like, okay, now go this way. Nobody knows what you mean.
Yeah.
You gotta say, go to my right or your right or something like that.
Put the leg like this and go.
Or pull him towards the lifted leg. Or I trapped his left leg. Take him that way.
floor.
Or take him the other way.
And teamwork communication.
Get some water.
Good work. Three projects in this home redesign.
Good.
I'm taking a freaking vacation from life, man. 6 months have been mine.
You keep telling me you're having a break and then it's not.
It never happens. Every time I plan something, it never happens like that when I want to take a vacation. So I'm just saying I'm just going to work throughout the rest of the year.
Crush
And
the bottom.
suddenly I'll get a gap like in June.
Ah, like a man.
This is the heart of my opponent. Then I eat it.
Me, I prefer to cook it first, but you know, 350, rotate it after every 15 minutes. Pink Himalayan salt at the end of it. The
Get
heart
some
of
of that
your
fresh
enemy.
air.
Maybe a little oregano.
Don't go out barefoot.
Yeah.
Good to have with the heart of your enemies.
Bring the flip-flops. Learn the way.
Let's go.
Monday.
Oh, it meant something.
I swear I keep falling on the same knee. Every time, it's like,
This. You're right, right?
yeah.
All right.
Roll.
So as you're going down, are you doing good?
Yes.
Roll.
Still good now.
It's trying to catch all the impact on my
Yep. Instead of dropping at your knees, the same thing is why you don't drop on your arms or your elbows. It's gonna hurt. Just roll through it. Let the impact disperse over more of your body.
Toss you or anything, just trust me now, I'm gonna show you something.
Oh wait, sorry. Because I was like, I in my mind, I'm like, don't hit the button.
Come over this side.
Which is good for a sport.
Why not?
Now I'm the one.
No, armor.
I'm gonna play with you.
Maybe I wouldn't.
It's a dirty blow. One, it's not the most effective, right? If you hit my cheeks, it hurts, but I'm not gonna charge. If you catch my bone, you're gonna break it and you get red carded.
When you think I'm going this way.
High risk, low reward. Only the Americans do it. Everybody needs. Just go.
That's a little boop, you're done.
Oh, that was really good.
No food on the mat! No, I'm just kidding.
That's how big.
What are you doing? So there's always a better shot. So like, if someone's holding RAF where it looks like the butt's the right shot, right? Like probably he's bent over.
How did I get you?
If he's bent over,
Exactly.
that means either hitting the top of his head here, which will drive him towards the ground, or while my friend is pulling him this way, because his head is down because someone's pulling him. So if I take that leg out from under him, he goes into the dirt. Why risk the shot to his butt? Because you think it looks cool? No. It's rude, and it's not necessary. And there is always a better shot. Even if he's bent over like that, right? A better shot is those kidneys. They're going to hurt. Even through armor, because most people wear brigs, which have a lot of flex. And because he's leaning forward, his weight has it already sitting up against him. Possibly with the padding compressed a little. So it's gonna hurt, and that is far more likely of a pain to make you want to take a knee. Right? Like, hurting a muscle on my butt cheek, yeah, it's gonna hurt. I don't want to sit down. Why am I gonna drop now? Right? I'm gonna stay standing as much as I can. That's just yeah, exactly. I'm not going to the ground. But you hit that kidney, some people, their legs just vibrate and they go down. They don't always have a choice there.
I've been kicked in the kidney. Well, kicked, but.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Right? Like, sometimes your legs shut off. That's a good spot to hit, even in armor. You're not going to really break them, but you might hit that switch. Always a good shot. Also, if they're bent over and they're lifted, like here in the shoulder blades.
Oh, yeah.
The shoulder has armor, but it's usually not the best armor. They're going to feel it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a spot that's least likely to cause real injury, even if you miss the armor because it's pulled forward a little and hits muscle in here. You're probably not going to break anything. Sorry, I completely forgot.
I'm like, he's like, run there.
Yeah. Right? Like, you're not likely to break something here. There's good muscle here. You're going to bruise them real nice if their armor shifts, and it'll hurt, but you're not going to cause real injury. You risk real injury if you hit him in the butt. So again, better shot, better shot, better shot, better sweep, better shot. Or grab and pull on his head too, bring him down.
So we're not pirates, no booty, okay? So chill out.
Isn't for some armor there's no guard in the back of the
My armor doesn't, most people do.
Most people don't.
My new armor will. His won't.
Be courteous. We're here to knock people down, not put them in the hospital.
If you see a spot that doesn't have any armor at all, try not to hit it first, right?
Try not.
Like,
if eventually nothing's working as you're hitting people, we're closer to that gap that they know is there. You're giving them a warning. If you continue to resist, I'm probably going to hit there. If they still don't listen, eventually hit there, but don't give it a full force swing. There's their warning shot.
I'm swinging at Kirk up here. He has nothing on the back of his calf muscle right here. So I'm going whack. Hello. Whack. Hello.
Take a picture of it and send it to Perry.
Whack. This is third strike. If he still doesn't want to budge,
hit me. Because you're not going to break me here. It's going to level out on my 2 metal plates long before that force reaches my bone. I'll be fine.
Apologies, I should have done this. Whack. Hello. Whack. Hello.
Yes. Right, so like there are times where you will hit someone where there isn't armor.
Yeah.
But I don't ever want you to open to that, and I never want you put in a high risk spot. Never near the neck. Never inside of the elbow. I don't care if it's legal. never too close to the knee, even if this is open or this is open, because like some people have it where it stops here so you get more flex. Don't try to hit this spot. You'll miss and you'll hit the knee and you'll get red carded or they'll get hurt.
And they'll get hurt.
Don't do that.
And if you're safe and they're messing with a partner, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey buddy, you know, I'm trying to put you down here and you got an open gap here. You know, you should probably do something before I actually level you. Just saying.
Yeah, communicate with them.
Say, hey, can
They
I
can at
ask
least
you a
respect
question?
that.
Can I ask you something?
Do you want to get hit where there's no padding? No.
Right, so like
You're
there
giving me
are
a lot of empty
times
space.
where it will happen, but never in a high risk spot and only after sufficient warning. I would rather us lose because we were too nice than win because we were breaking people.
We don't want that
Period.
reputation, ever.
Always.
'Cause
If
it will-
I see anybody ever just run up with a very intentional shot to that butt, or I can tell you are purposefully hitting gaps, you will no longer fight on this team.
Makes sense.
We are not going to be that team.
Now, if this is if somebody hits one of you guys on our team like that, you guarantee that, at least myself, I'm going to go and try to wreck that person for sure the next time we go out with them.
Talk to us, because if it's a blatant thing, we can get it reviewed and the marshals will probably just...
I mean, the day of, like, you know, if it's like, hey, and the guy's being, most of the time we get him kicked out, but, yeah.
I still don't want us revenge hunting.
Okay.
Because again, we're
Cannot.
talking about things that could seriously injure people for life. Don't do it.
Oh, no, I mean, like, just, like, constantly make sure they go down first on the
I mean,
team.
yeah, that's fine. We're going to do that anyway.
Not that, like,
There are certain
break them
people,
in half.
there are certain teams where our guys run like straight up. If we can get them down immediately, I never want to see them swing.
Yeah, like,
Right?
that's
There
what I
are
mean.
people who are that dangerous. Not necessarily trying to hurt people, but they're just really good with that axe. And I've seen someone break pieces of armor, hitting them in the legal zones with his axe in multiple tournaments back to back. He's that good. He has that kind of power generation. Tie him up. He's a good wrestler too, but at least you're not getting hurt. But yeah. Alright, so. Y'all ready to do it again?
Okay.
You rested? Let's go.
Alright. I want to play this round, so who's with me?
Jan. Come on, Tony.
Yo, tinggal la gente.
Work on the drill.
I'm not gonna be.
We're doing the same thing.
Come, Jimmy. Come be here.
What?
Oh, never mind. Yeah, you got it.
Oh shit, yeah, no.
Y'all can take turns rotating this
All right,
water.
we'll trap Kirk.
Go.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Good leg, good leg. Good leg. Good.
I'm advising. You get it first? Yeah. Just try to grab him, grab him firmly, you get taken down. Or I don't
Backwards. Go backwards. Now.
Wait. Let me
Let him take it first.
Rebound. Rebound. Good. Drop the elbow. Good. Perfect.
There you go, rest on long, rest on long, there you go.
Nice. Good?
Whoa. Good. We're working on this. Good.
I'm
Rest for a round. Rest for a round?
Yeah, take a second.
In the middle? Center.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna kick
center.
people in the head.
Steady. Just.
Oh, nice. You all right?
Guys, like,
Whoa. Almost like crush you there completely.
You can do it, Jimmy.
I'm like,
You can sort things
I'm driving.
really well.
I'm like, I'm falling down with the boot. I feel that. I was like, pad, move, rotate, pull.
I love this.
Okay.
You were grabbing my leg and you were like this. I was like,
We need me in that side.
oh.
Alright, it's all good, man. Take it easy. There's still 3 of you guys.
You're back in, dog, come back in. Dog in the middle.
Okay.
Good as legs. Good.
Oh, to the leg. Yep, go to the side more. Go to the side more.
You alright there, man? Stand up, jump on your heels a little bit. It helps. Drop it back down. Seriously. Like this.
Go
Pull
back.
his leg
Go
now.
back.
Pull his leg. Pull his leg up. I want to pick some more forward. Grab the leg.
Almost done.
Rise up.
Or like an up or out. Up, so you can
You can go straight out. You can go straight down.
Yeah. Because I let them like that.
What are you doing?
Hold.
Yeah.
If you go out, like say, I'm cable, and I can't get it. You can set my upper half down.
Good looking, Don.
It's easy to put them down like that.
There you go. Do you have a water fountain?
We can start.
All right.
One more rest.
Come
Come
on.
on.
Yeah, I think everybody starts to bring more water.
Yeah, I ran out of mine already.
Yeah, no, that's
Last week.
like the last time grappling will do that.
Good, good. Good, good.
Good trade.
Good. Exactly what I want. All right. See what I'm doing here? I'm trying to trap his arms. So go to the other side. Good, good escape.
That's all you
Good escape. All right, go.
Don't go
Get the leg, get the leg.
I'm just gonna like find sidekick in the head. It'll be legal. It'll be totally like.
All right.
Sparta! That video he sent, he tagged me and I was like, that's gonna totally do it.
It just turns into my next. It's the Bash Brothers.
Rail fighting.
It's gonna be great. No, nothing.
Pull his legs.
I can hold
You gotta pull his legs.
Get the leg.
Pull my finger.
Good.
Both of them. Get both of them.
I wanna do it the right way. I'll just put more energy into it. Bless you.
Pull my fingers.
Get the leg.
That doesn't end too well, sir.
Lift it up. Lift it
People
up.
say that.
Lift it up. There you go. Nice.
Good job.
What?
We're working practice.
What, you need coffee?
Work.
That was great job.
That's exactly what I wanted to see.
Good job getting away from me. Good job getting to the rail and then trading with Sean. That was a perfect escape.
Yep.
That's exactly how that play should go. That's also the same kind of thing, like, if you were running two-handed action, you do sword and shield, that's the trade you want to see. If I'm holding the action, sword and shield needs a spot. Right?
Yeah.
Um,
I'll hold his ribs all day
That kind of
long.
trade
There.
is always what we want to see.
I felt it.
Or if you're a stronger grappler, you're good at the fighting and the charging and the checking. Like you want to be grappling. Someone who knows they're good at grappling will trade with you and free you up. Good work.
Thank you. So I wanted her around.
Get up. You're in the center.
I know.
The women communicate a lot, you're going to have a little advantage there.
No, not throwing up.
The guys are trying to build
I'm
it.
not gonna throw up.
Are they communicating? Good.
Right now they're taking a breather, but
Who are we missing?
All right.
Oh.
He's in the bathroom.
he's in the restroom. Here we go.
Speaking of the devil.
It is much harder to hold somebody and not do something.
All right.
Try to
There were a few times I know you could have just had it. But it's not the drill.
That's
So.
not the drill.
You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. No.
You don't wanna do this.
You gotta
go. You don't wanna do this.
You got him,
You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. When I was paid, I actually had a good, because like on
right, let's go, boys.
in a real field,
All right.
I
One
had
more
a
round.
rail. I can
Yeah.
move my arm around.
One more round. I'm
And
good.
he's not just
Let's
pulling
take him
it
to
out.
the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a
There's
move
a.
though.
There's a
Humidity.
right down
So
the,
let me show.
right down the way they have here.
And like the
So if you're on a rail
3D4 sword camp.
and
They've got water.
someone comes along
Perfect. I
behind
think you
you
want my water.
and they're trying to like grab you,
Destroy his ego.
right? If you
Destroy his
just
ego.
hook up under
Come on,
your
Spider-Man.
elbow here, your leg across,
Batman.
and then you fold yourself.
How the hell
Yeah.
does that work?
That's insulting, yeah.
How does that work?
In judo, that throw looks a lot like this, where you're here and you just kind of
You're
fall
charging.
with them.
Hold it first. I can go in. Yes. Hold it tight. You can get it. Yeah, hold it tight.
You can
Yes.
get that done.
Don't get
You
thrown
just
out.
hang on the rail.
I'm gonna
So
come
you
in.
go
I'm
like
gonna
this,
come in.
And you
Oh, I'm
hold
gonna come in.
it.
Gotta go.
And I see even with
You're
the
all
arm on
nice.
the rail,
You
that
just
would
doubled
show
down.
up.
That was not expected. That was good, Jimmy.
I have to take them
And you can take your time with it.
I win.
That was unexpected. That was good. What happened?
But it almost never happens. It's
Sean
hard
Jr.
to
over here.
Yeah, it's hard to do, but
because you can grab other things too.
You can take this. I have a pack in my car.
but if they leave
I don't want to take your water.
the list,
Yeah.
they're out.
No, he
But like if you start to lift me up,
Right.
I can grab under it and push myself back down. So most people will. But yeah, if you get them completely out, either
Come on,
over
bud.
or under, they're out.
Okay. Because I can see where really good real hunters can just hit on it all day long. And
Yeah.
the easiest thing for me to do is literally just vault.
Theoretically, but
You
it's
want one right now.
Yeah.
Alright.
like nobody's ever done it to me. I've had some close ones. This big guy was up and I was looking in a corner where I had both rails, because if I had just one rail, he'd
Turn to the west.
Yeah.
But I had both, he's pulling, the second guy's running up, and he's got both my legs lifted, I'm holding myself. This second guy's like, I don't know if I can hold two of them. I pulled his leg free, kicked the other guy in the face. There you go. So he used his axe instead, which hurt, but it was way better than getting thrown over, yeah.
That's good.
Alright, so,
Alright.
can I run again? Who's been on that?
Where do I go from here? Do that wrestle break. You go down there, Jason.
This is just like I walk around class, I'm like, fix this and that.
Like the chair?
You get a leg, and then you trap it with motion.
Where do you go? Like in the leg.
You manage to get a leg up.
From there?
Drive forward.
This is not where you want to be.
Okay.
When it's a circle.
I say the same thing, so if we're here, and I say, I have a
You
leg.
can't. If you're strong enough, you can just
Get a-
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much your body behind you can.
But they're gonna use it, and so are you. That becomes
If you're strong enough, you can do
The
that.
faster you get, the
You don't
better.
need to pick them up
That's the
that
most
high.
successful
Just
rope.
enough to-
Yeah, if you're strong enough to get them up like this,
Better going
And
the
then
other way.
if you try, it's usually more flexible,
then you
yeah.
can do that.
Alright.
No, not flexible.
Well,
I think the flexible is nowadays
it's
it's
so low.
Pretty,
You go
yeah, 'cause to me, it would be more, this would be more
Yes,
traditional.
yes. Most time
No.
people were like
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so
if you know you have another guy coming, Jason? Jason, whichever one you guys are. Jason?
Yeah.
Take a little lighter.
I have a guy here, take his leg.
This one is, from Japan.
Yeah, you can.
Good?
Here's the thing, here's the reason why you don't want them
then
to be in that position.
Yeah, it's,
When you had me here,
it's wood,
I
yeah.
literally sat on your leg.
Right, exactly.
I wasted no
Get in,
energy.
get in, get in, get in.
Looks like
Yeah.
a full-
Because I knew I was safe.
Good.
One more.
And it has a finish, it can't.
So in case you have another guy who's come out of nowhere in 20 seconds, I'm gonna show you. Or I'm gonna like try and throw you into stuff. Right? Who's going? Who's in the middle?
Me?
You over?
Ravino?
I thought you were Asian.
That's sorry.
And then the sticks transfer over just as weights. It's so fast, right? I did
Push
that.
him! Push, push, push!
Oh! Philippines and came from my school.
I got his left, I got his right here.
At the disc school.
Oh, that's what I got.
And the other, yeah, pretty much.
There you go.
On the other coast, in the big school, I did a seminar and he taught, it was amazing.
No,
And he
that's what
brought
I'm trying to
a
do.
system that helped and everyone uses
Some of you
smart.
guys use the game.
There you go.
Nice. So fun.
We need you to get in.
Call him when you grab his leg. So I know pull him back. I saw you go down, so I figured that's what happened. But you gotta say it.
A lot of it, most of the time, it's people who've never done.
I also gotta be better at talking to
Done
him.
it.
If I'm holding him,
experience
something we
it,
all
they
know
come
about.
Like
in,
this,
like, okay, now I'm gonna
and
show
you
you
go
different
there,
ways of doing
you can
this, or
safely get in and grab a leg.
just new
Drop down,
techniques, and if you already have a martial arts
Right.
background, experience, it's worth it. It's my first time doing martial
Tell me
arts.
I'm-
Not
I'm-
good.
Do you want to go
You're
again?
gonna be
Say something
overwhelmed.
like, okay, go for now, and then that, right? Say it, and then I lean, and you shift your weight towards me. So then it'll make it easier for you to lift.
Oh.
But, again, it's Sean. Hey, he's a giant.
I gotta learn some new strategy.
I know. But he's also
No,
being
he
nice.
always grounds my left arm, just controls
So
it.
you don't have to be scared of
It's
it.
good. It works.
You give it to me too easily.
I know.
Don't put your
Trying
arm
to
down.
solve the
Yeah,
problem.
he's trying to
Try to look at
like,
him,
if
and
he's
he's
gonna
grabbing.
grab you, if he's got
I need
you,
to do some breathing
Thing is though,
exercises.
is that won't be able to be my style.
which would be down, push up on the
For the
arm,
most part,
out
I'll
on
be
the body.
doing a two-handed.
I'll be holding him, so it's not like he's just something in his trap easy. Because I'll be fighting
This
close.
big on both sides.
One other thing,
We still have to go with distortion. Typically there is too many
Double-sided.
double-sided. Also, it takes too much weight away from power, to be
It
honest.
just smells like dirt
The
on top
number
of
of times, if someone's like swinging a sword or something at you, right? And I come in, the chance that you can hit here is jarring enough that their sword keeps moving.
You need more ass.
Now he's no weapon, just like that.
You look like the old man.
Right, so sometimes that's not the
Yeah, with the turtle back on the back.
That's not the strongest part of the blade. That is way softer than if you hit here, which is what he was trying to do. So you come in, you steal some of that force.
and then you use it against them.
I'll run this again.
Do it.
You gotta see what side you come on. Oh. You gotta communicate.
Hold the light. What's the mirror? Where's the mirror?
I got one.
Which shows you Sean is really
Elevator 3.
Right. So, what should I train to have more endurance with my stomach?
with your core.
Well, so I don't feel like I need a yak every time.
Oh, that's just a matter of
breathing properly.
Breathing. Just I don't know what you're. If you
Sure. Yep.
like right now, do you work out?
Not right now.
You
I do some running.
Get your cardio
I
up.
do running every week.
Get your body.
Push me.
You need a better lower power body strength. Yeah, so if you have dumbbell, like what I do is like 20 pound dumbbell, I just like lift, throw it up, and then take it.
Yeah.
Good job.
So it's this part.
Drive and twist.
Your body needs more oxygen, and then it tries to dump what's in the stomach
Yeah.
because it doesn't want to break anything down. It's like, all right, get rid of this.
Yeah.
We got to focus on this. So I would
It's
say,
still
yeah,
loose for us, but
he's right. Work your legs, work your thighs,
Okay.
You both did it.
squats.
yeah, you definitely were part
On
of
the
it.
way.
Yeah.
You tripped me up as you was doing.
Yeah, you were starting to
That's the
reach in
point.
there
And,
and grab it.
and then like,
So I went
don't worry
from
about
like
it.
hitting him to grabbing
And
it.
then start doing like 5 minute
You opened that whole thing.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I just landed over on this a little bit funky.
Yeah, okay.
I'm fine.
That takes a second. Get some water, Jen.
But see, when I
Good
train
job.
people, they
Good
want
job.
to do that type of stuff.
She's doing good.
Because it's same thing. It's like jump squats, like squat,
Progressive
jump,
men's
you know,
Yeah.
burpees, kind of if you're jumping, but
In a second.
like pushing to the side, push to the side,
You're good,
push to the
Shane.
side. A lot of heavy leg exercises that involve jumping and moving too. Super start lunge.
You're good.
Those will kick your butt too.
So why does that help with this knockdown?
You not because.
Get all my stuff together.
Body's getting
Because your
used to
body's using more oxygen and
in
then
these muscles?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Gotcha.
going to drive back to Claremont.
Oh, yeah? You got me?
Yeah. Well, there was a baby shower.
Did we throw him up again?
At my house.
Oh,
My
did
parents.
Not as much as last time.
All the way.
Just a little like oh, I feel fine.
Good job.
Yeah.
But then I go back to
It's
Claremont
has
to
to do
get my
with
sister.
that comes from
Then we'll be making that 3 hour drive
With
back.
that explosiveness. Because I have people in here, they're like, oh, I do this and I do that, and then I put them to kick and do
Yeah.
it's the same type of like explosive
I know.
exercises, like jumping
No,
stuff,
I'm driving.
and they throw.
Fun.
And it's just like a, so.
Take down Sean.
She was still standing, and he wasn't.
Guys want to condition your shins? I just do one.
Oh, yes, this is so much fun.
Do that for a little bit.
I was really thinking I was going to be able to stay on my feet again, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Those are
I
great.
know.
When the
1-2 by both of you.
have a like more dominant position in the house, the husband is doing something bad. They put bamboo sticks. The husband kneel on this
That's fine.
The other person
as a punishment.
had supported
Oh.
when he thought she was the attacker, and I was
I need to
Yes,
strengthen
you
my
kneel
hands.
on the you kneel with your shin on it.
Oh,
But that's only for families when the wife have a dominant position.
Still my favorite play of,
So,
of my
try to get
my
it with your
day
wife,
today
see if you
was when
can
I
have
got to
this
feel like
very-
strong,
very
against Dolly and Mason, because then
Experience.
I somehow wound up with them like this,
It is nice.
and then just went boom, boom. They went
No more
all- and I was
fantasies?
like this. Yes! I'm like, this is what Sean feels
Oh,
like.
man, I
Something
can't
you
wait
still
to
gotta
review
pay for.
that.
What you
I
get.
can't wait to review that. That's
And
awesome.
then I think my other one is I put Jason down, I had Donald down like this, and I was holding this, and I put 5 down on him.
Dude, we'll make you a light dreadnought.
So were y'all communicating when you were fighting Jimmy?
Yeah.
They were
Sure.
talking, and I just,
They were talking a lot. But
Okay.
I don't know how that happened. You just destroyed it.
yeah.
I
it was
just-
like
I started the fight aggressively.
Destroy his
rather
ego.
than defensively, and I think I told him off their game by doing that.
destroy his pride.
Yeah, Don was like, "Well,
You're
take
making
his
it."
pride." I'm like, "Okay."
So there's got to be this level of confidence. Like he said, he took you off your game by you thinking, where are the attackers? But he attacked.
Yeah.
Because I went
It's a
for
fight.
you first.
Yeah.
right? Like any one of you should be able to look at any two and go, I can do this, right? And be aggressive, because if you're just defensive, they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Like the only reason Sean went down over there was because he skipped a couple opportunities to put one of us on the ground. Because it's training, and that's good. That helps us to build communication on what does work when we do get to that point with someone larger, but we do have to work on how to get to that point safer. Right, like Sean could have put me down a couple times and didn't because it was a drill and we were working on stuff. But when he's aggressive, we don't stand a chance right now because his skill level is high and he has the mess.
I want you all to be able to beat big idiots like me every single day.
No, you're not a big idiot.
So
And because of my
a lot of people aren't going to be training hard,
General.
but also there's a lot of people training harder than us. There's people meeting 4 or 5 times a week right now. We've got to compete with that. I want you all practicing the home.
Thank you, sir.
Drill what you can. If you can communicate with each other and find a day where y'all can meet up after work or something, go and train together. Put in the work. I mean,
I don't have the luxury right now. Well, I've got the guys outside I've been talking to.
have you
Hopefully-
talked with,
I've got them in a group chat now.
okay,
So we're trying to set up.
especially the one who has armor, he is good.
Mhm.
He's a great grappler.
He actually offered for, he had some kind of event, like demonstration event
Yeah.
this weekend that he had invited me to, but unfortunately I had to film it on Saturday and I also don't have armor.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's good. Work with him as much as you can.
Yep, I'm definitely going to be trying to, if I can't make it here next week, I'm going to try and practice with him next weekend.
Good, good. I mean,